When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders. What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order. Now we can see a new world coming into view, a world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order. In the words of Winston Churchill, a world order in which the principles of justice and fair play protect the weak against the strong. And that's why I wanted to speak to you today about the prospects for a new world order. Only when this transformation is complete will we be able to take full measure of the opportunities presented by this new and involving world order.
But it is the awareness itself that will drive the change. And one of the ways it will drive the change is through global governance and global agreements.
As I've told you before, because I love it so much, they also created the Great Seal of the United States. And that Great Seal of the United States has on it, Novus Order Seclorum, a new order for the centuries, for the ages, forever.
There is a chance for the President of the United States to use this disaster to carry out what his father, a phrase his father used, I think, only once, and hasn't been used since, and that is a new world order.
And this present window of opportunity during which a truly peaceful and interdependent world order might be built will not be here for too long.
2009 is also the first year of global governance with the establishment of the G20 in the middle of the financial crisis. The climate conference in Copenhagen is another step towards the global management of our planet.
When really a new world order can be created, it's a great opportunity. It isn't just a crisis, but they really are issues of the construction of a new world order. That's what this is about.
What wonderful opportunity to conclude our week here with such concrete proposals and ideas of how we can really create, I would say, a new world order.
So on November 6th, that's what Elon Musk posted on his X account, Novus Ordo Seclorum, the new order of the ages, or more commonly known as the New World Order. Trump in a pig, him in a pig, his kids in a pig. So that's what he posted on November 6th. This New World Order, and I realized this because it hasn't been a focal point so much in the last years, because there were other things that were very important, like the COVID stuff, the Great Reset stuff, the World Economic Forum stuff. Everything else was kind of in the foreground. So people forgot about this little thing that's been around for years. But the media, interestingly enough, in the last few weeks has really been signaling something. So let me show you this here. Let's look at this here together. This is what the media have been signaling over the last few weeks, right? You see here a big New World Order, slogan with Trump. How a second Trump administration will change the domestic and world order, right? I mean, all over the place. Here you have it. For example, Global South can create a new world order, says PM Modi in Guyanese parliament. So not just, the West, it's in the East as well. Putin, new world order forming. That's what CBS or ABC News here reports. The Financial Times, Trump's new world order. How Iran's next president sees an emerging new world order. Here we have it too. Can BRICS create a new world order? That's from Al Jazeera, from the Arabic world. Europe and the new world order. Can you start to see a pattern here? Are the US and Israel creating a new world order in the Middle East? China's new world order. What Xi's vision would mean for human rights security. The evolving role of diplomats in a new world order. China's vision for a new world order. So what I was trying to do here is just show you that the media all over the world, in different contexts, with opposing political systems seemingly, and even with rivaling powers, is pushing out this phrase everywhere. And you would think that if you look at a Jewish-oriented media, or largely Jewish-owned media in the Western world, in the United States for sure, then you look at the Arabic-owned media, then you look at the Chinese-owned media, the Russian, the BRICS nations. So you have all these supposedly foreign and rivaling powers, and yet they all talk about this new world order. There's nothing new about it. It's been in the works for many, many centuries, but what exactly is it? Because I know many people have only, heard bits and pieces over the years, maybe never studied it deeply. So let's look a little bit at what this really is, what we're dealing with here. Meryl Nass, who talks about the establishment of a de facto world government that we are a mere weeks away from. Now, we've reported on this many, many times. It is now here. It is now imminent. I encourage you to watch this clip, and afterwards, please stay tuned, because I'll tell you what exactly we can do to alter the course of this.
We're undergoing a soft coup, and the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO Directorate in the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative. Also, we will be subject, if they can make this work, to vaccines developed in 100 days, which the organization CEPI is planning to do. And one of the people who founded CEPI was Jeremy Farrar, who is now the chief scientist at the WHO, to bring this forward. Other things that amendments do is to bind the states so they're no longer recommendations but enforceable edicts, provide a liability shield, get rid of intellectual property rights, move supplies from one country to another, enforce digital passports, and the Director General of WHO can demand that a pandemic or a potential pandemic exists. He can just declare it with no standards, and then countries around the world will have to obey. Also, the WHO will tell you what drugs you can and can't use in your nation once a pandemic is declared. Obviously, the budget will increase. One Health is another part of this. One Health is a concept that was created to enable the WHO, with these documents, to take over jurisdiction of everything in the world by saying that climate change, animals, plants, water systems, ecosystems are all central to health. Also embedded in this concept is a peculiar notion that humans are no longer of greater value than animals.
All right, we've talked about this. The takeover of the WHO, the WHO, is imminent. If this comes to pass in May of this year, then they will have the authority to dictate to all 194 member nations pretty much whatever they want. Okay, so what I want you to do is right now go to stopthewho.com or exitthewho.com, exitthewho.com. James Roguski, that is his website, his Substack, has put together the most comprehensive and complete body of information, what you can do, what you need to know, who you can call, who you can email. I encourage you to learn all of this. This is your duty to do it. And please share it with your friends and family. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not some, crazy dream that people are talking of. This is a dystopian world government nightmare if it comes to pass. And there's only one entity in the world that can stop it, and that's we, the people. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go to exitthewho.com, and please do your part today.